Hey, here we are with a new episode of Pints and Pages. I'm Nick.
I'm Brad.
I'm Levi.
And we kind of went into today not knowing what we were going to talk about.
Not a fucking thing.
Yeah, and it kind of just popped into my head. So I'm going to bring something up, and I'm sure that Levi's going to go, oh, I don't know any of this. Maybe he does. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't.
Yeah.
But I know that Brad is going to be like, oh, shit, we can talk about hours for this.
Yeah.
I watched the John Candy documentary.
Oh, okay. I haven't watched it.
You haven't watched it.
No, I have
but
not.
what we can talk about is John Candy.
I mean, yeah.
Because you watch that documentary, and, I mean, it's nothing to... I mean, there's no surprises in it, right?
Right.
Like, there's no haha, gotcha. But, like, you forget when you're watching it the life that John Candy had. Like...
You didn't think I wouldn't know Barf? It's the only thing I know him from.
I did not know this watching the documentary. He was in 9 John Hughes movies.
I guess, yeah.
Like, they're interviewing Macaulay Culkin, and he's like, when people say John Hughes, they always bring up me, and they bring up Molly Ringwald. And he goes, Molly Ringwald was in 2 John Hughes movies. I was in 2 John Hughes movies. John Candy was in 9.
That's quite a number. And when you say it like that, you're like, yeah, you're not wrong. And then, like, you start thinking of all the other cast members from some of the similar movies as Molly Ringwald, and, like, how they were always in, like, 2.
Yeah.
Or maybe 3.
Yeah, but, like, John Candy may not have been, like, the main person in them, except for the cinematic masterpiece that was Uncle Buck.
Oh, yeah.
But he was always a character.
Yeah.
Like, he was always somewhere in the whole thing. I also did not know that him and Wayne Gretzky bought the Toronto Argonauts Canadian football team.
So he's actually Canadian, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
he's Canadian. Yeah, he's Canadian.
He looks Canadian.
He was one of the starting
sweaters.
He was one of the starting groups. He was part of the starting group that started Second City Toronto. So Second City was the big thing in Chicago with Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray and all those guys. And they started a second one in Toronto.
I think Levi sneezed and shit his pants.
I think he did too.
He rushed out of here really quick without saying a word.
He bailed fast.
Oh, I can hear him wiping.
Yeah.
There was no pants shitting. I just had snot coming out of my nose and felt like I needed to blow it.
But, Second City Toronto turned into SCTV, which back in the day, in the 80s, was like Canadians' version of Saturday Night Live. But it had, like, John Candy, Catherine O'Hare, the mom from Home Alone and the mom from Schitt's Creek, Martin Short, Eugene Levy.
I don't remember it.
Like, do you remember the 2 guys that Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas used to sit with little hats, and it was called Strange Brew, and they'd sit with beer, and they'd be like...
I think so.
So that was an SCTV skit. So it was a skit show that John Candy was basically the star of.
I gotta see some screen grabs of skits or something.
But it was amazing to hear everybody talk about John Candy, but just to go through his filmography, because he was in so many shit roles.
Okay. I have vague...
I know you've seen screen grabs. Maybe you haven't watched SCTV.
I'm scrolling and I see Paul Rubin as a vampire, and I'm like, that's trying to bring back some kind of fucking memory right there.
So, like, they interviewed some great people. Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd and Catherine O'Hare. Dave Thomas. I didn't realize Dave Thomas, which is not the guy that owns Wendy's, but it's a different Dave Thomas.
It was killing me.
They just interviewed just people after people after people. And because it's crazy, like, I was wondering if Macaulay Culkin would be in it. Because of his ties from Uncle Buck.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they were both in Home Alone.
Right.
Because he was the fucking leader of the polka band. The best polka band in the Midwest.
And they weren't even in the fucking show that long.
So there's like a whole story behind that, and they tell that, which is great. But yeah, no, like John Candy's like resume and just like stuff that he did was just, you forget how good it was.
Yeah.
And how good he was, from the security guard in National Lampoon's Vacation to like the sleazy brother in Splash.
Oh, yeah.
Because they interviewed Tom Hanks too.
Oh shit. I haven't watched Splash in so long. That had Eugene Levy in it, right?
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
Barf. He was Barf in Spaceballs. They interviewed Mel Brooks, who looks like he's about dead, but is making Spaceballs too. By the way, John Candy's son, I believe, is got a role in Spaceballs too. Even though he's not an actor.
No, isn't he playing Barf?
Is he playing Barf? I thought Josh Gad was playing Barf.
Oh, maybe.
But he's playing Barf Jr.
Okay. Who's Josh Gad playing? Barf?
I think they're referencing that Barf has since been passed, maybe.
Because Josh...
It just says starring and co-writing.
Oh, okay. I knew he was co-writing it. Because Josh Gad is the one that called Mel Brooks and said, okay, hear me out. My daughter and I sat down because I wanted her to watch Spaceballs. And we watched it. And at the end of this, she said to me, why hasn't there been a sequel? And I said, I don't know. Let me call Mel Brooks and find out. And I called Mel Brooks and he was like, you know what? I think we should make one.
What the fuck?
I didn't realize he has a voice role in Heavy Metal.
John Candy does?
Yeah. He's credited on Heavy Metal. And I haven't watched that since I was fucking too young to watch it.
I haven't watched that in, years. God, I didn't know he was in Heavy Metal.
Oh my God. I forgot about the movie Hot to Trot.
Oh,
with fucking Bobcat.
With Bobcat.
Yeah. Mr. Ed.
Yeah. Yeah, Bobcat was the voice of the
I don't know if
horse.
that's Mr. Ed.
I managed to pull it out in a article. Josh Gad is reportedly playing a Mog, a child of Barf.
Oh, okay. So they're both playing children. They're brothers.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, because John Candy's son's not an actor. So they probably just brought him in as like, he's just probably got a small role that he doesn't have to like learn a whole shit ton of lines in and stuff like that. So, yeah. Ryan Reynolds executive produced the documentary, which I already knew, but I was watching the credits because I was watching it on the plane. I was watching the credits, and the credits down below said this is a maximum effort production. So, like, Ryan Reynolds' production company is called Maximum Effort, which I thought was great. I thought that's fantastic that's what he named his. There was other funny names in there. The name of the filming company was A Company. So it was like a company filming production or something like. And I don't know if that's Ryan Reynolds just making up stupid names for all this shit.
Probably.
For what? So yeah. I was always partial, and I haven't seen it in years, to John Candy's role in Who is Harry Crumb. I always enjoyed that movie because I thought it was funny that he played all these different, like, where he thought he was a detective and he was like a bumbling idiot that had put on different costumes and shit. But Uncle Buck was always my favorite, for sure. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is definitely a good one, too. They interviewed Steve Martin during the whole thing. They didn't know each other before Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, but they spent a lot of time together because Steve was like, we were basically together the whole entire time. We had to be together while we were filming the movie. So like he was like, we had to spend time together because like we knew that we were attached through the whole movie.
Yeah.
So because basically I don't even know that they had many scenes in that thing where they were not together. Like and like right next to each other on a plane, on a train, in an automobile.
Sitting down most of the time.
Yeah. So, have you seen any other John Candy movies other than Spaceballs?
Home Alone 1 and 2.
Okay.
Well, it was just one that he was in. He went into.
No, he's credited in 1 and 2, at least on his IMDb.
Oh, maybe the polka band's back.
Maybe the polka's band back. Do you remember him being the polka guy, the polka king, polka king of the Midwest?
No.
Oh.
I couldn't tell you a goddamn thing about those movies.
And that's funny because it's Catherine O'Hare that he saves from the, like, that's who plays his mom is Catherine O'Hare, and he's the one. It had just popped up on my TikTok, the scene from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles before I even watched the documentary where Steve Martin flips out on the guy that can't give him a ticket to the plane.
And is it where that's when John Candy comes up behind him and they first meet, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's like, let me fucking tell you something. You're gonna get me on that fucking plane. I'm not staying in fucking Saskatoon. Like, he's just like going off.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really good documentary. It's a really good watch. I have not watched the Ozzy one yet. I know it's out there, but I haven't gotten to watch it. My viewing pleasure on the plane was I watched the John Candy documentary, and I watched several episodes of Ed Gein.
I've heard a lot of people talking about that one.
Monster Ed Gein.
Why not?
On Netflix.
You scared?
No, because it's so completely inaccurate and false.
Is it? Yeah, I don't know shit about it.
Yeah, I don't.
Did when it comes to that Monster series, because it's the same series that did the Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh yeah.
While they're made some inaccuracies with the Dahmer one, it was still a lot more close to real life. And from what I've heard and seen from the Ed Gein show, they did things like gave him a girlfriend. Ed Gein notoriously never had a love life, never had another woman in his life besides his mother. That's why he was the way he was.
Yeah,
and there's a bunch of little shit like that I'm like, I'm not going to watch something where you just completely butcher the story.
Hollywood's got this problem of doing that with every little fucking thing possible. And I'm like, stick to the fucking source material, you incompetent idiots.
Yeah, it's weird. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch it, and then I'm going to go back and listen to Dan Cummins' Time Suck.
That'd be smart.
And I want to see the difference between the two. The girlfriend, the people on video are going to be able to see it. People listening aren't. I'm going to air quotes. The girlfriend. I don't even know that I guess I would. He does ask her to marry him, and she agrees. But I did see an article the other day that said she was a real person. So I don't know if she was a real person and they just embellished their relationship.
I was going to say, and the multiple times I've heard I guess I should say listen to podcasts, people breaking down the Ed Gein story, I've never heard a mention of a woman.
Yeah, I'm going to have to I'm sure I've already listened to the Time Suck. I'll have to go back and listen to it, like I said, after I watched the show. I enjoyed Dahmer.
I love Dahmer.
I enjoyed the Menendez brothers. It got a little weird at points. But I thought that it matched the Time Suck podcast that I listened to about it. Like the story wise. He doesn't pull a lot of punches. They're doing Lizzie Borden next.
I mean,
but
some of these stories is like, are you going to just talk about their normal everyday lives and then one day they flip out and kill somebody? Because some of these don't really, the people didn't know.
The Ed Gein one has been, and I haven't watched it all. There's like almost a whole entire episode that isn't Ed Gein as much as it's Perkins.
So she was a real person.
Okay.
Because she's done interviews. They went on like 2 dates. She dumped him and left him and denied the proposal after that, and has said the book, and then that book is what the TV show is based off of, has like way out portrayed and blown up what their relationship actually was.
So who wrote the book?
She needs to sue some people.
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering if Ed Gein didn't help write the book. Because that was a lot of the thing.
Serial killers love doing that shit.
And love embellishing it, too. Love to help write books. Because Ed Gein would not have been smart enough to write a book. But
he wouldn't.
But people would have interviewed him, and then... And sometimes when those serial killers get an audience, they just make shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
But there's a whole entire episode that I ran into. It's not the whole episode, but it's a good chunk of it. That's about Anthony Perkins and playing from Psycho. So there's Alfred Hitchcock and Anthony Perkins, and they're discussing, like, basically Alfred Hitchcock. Perkins was like, "Why did you hire me?" And Alfred Hitchcock was like, "Well, honestly, because I think that you and Ed Gein are a lot alike."
Holy shit.
And like, it kind of fucked with Perkins.
Yeah, rightfully so. I'd be like, well, I ain't doing it now. Thank you.
It kind of fucked with Perkins.
God
but
damn.
That's kind of, Alfred Hitchcock was like, I kind of feel like you guys are alike. Like, he had secrets, you've got secrets. Because Perkins was gay and he didn't want to tell anybody. But like... Ooh. But yeah, it was...
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And then Papal told me that in the later episodes, they have the people that are playing, that made the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like the director and some of the actors. Like, not the people from the thing, but it's people playing those roles. But it shows how the director and writer from Texas Chainsaw Massacre took his inspiration from Ed Gein. So it's kind of also a flash forward to them making that movie. And I was like, okay, I get that. Because I honestly, Ed Gein only killed like 3 or 4 people.
Yeah, he mainly dug up bodies.
It was the fact that he made shit out of their skin that made him fucking weird.
Yeah, fresh, fresh bodies and shit.
Yeah, he like dug up fresh bodies and made chairs and lamps and fucking bowls out of their skulls and shit like that.
I had a belt made of lips.
Yeah.
It was either lips or nipples. One of the two.
The chair was made out of... The chair had a nipple right in the middle of it.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. It was... yeah. Like,
Jesus
so he
Christ.
was more well known by being...
A craftsman?
I'm going...
He's no different than Jesus. He's just a carpenter.
Smith? Yeah. He's a skinsmith?
He's just a carpenter, you know?
Okay, what?
I said I'm going to spoil the last episode a little bit because apparently in the last episode of the Ed Gein TV show, from what I'm reading, he just straight up helps the police catch Ted Bundy, which never happened in real life.
No fucking way.
Yeah. They just have him helping the FBI catch Ted Bundy.
And that never happened?
No.
Yeah. Ted Bundy didn't make things. How the fuck would they know each other? It's not like, well, maybe Ted had some weird lamps.
I did I did enjoy in the Dahmer series where they were like where they compared him to Ed Gein.
Yeah.
But again, Dahmer enjoyed sexualizing the deaths, where Ed Gein
Accessorized. He accessorized.
Yeah, Ed Gein was more obsessed with
interior decorating.
Yeah. Like it's weird how they portrayed him or have portrayed him in the 4 episodes that I've watched.
It's like, it's hard to call it like a trophy thing.
It's not a trophy
because
thing.
It's like, materials.
It was just like he was very obsessed. Like the first 4 episodes, he's been very obsessed with making what you could craft out of skin.
Well, and it's no different than people doing it with like animals, except for the fact that it's humans. That's the only thing that's just off about it.
Yeah,
it's humans.
Yeah. Well, and supposedly he got his inspiration, which this was, as far as I know, true. He got his inspiration from a Nazi woman called the Butcher of Boothaven or Blooden or Bluden or
probably
the Bluden Butcher or something. Some lady that used to skin, like they would kill the Jews, and then she would tag some of them that she liked their skin, and then she would skin them and make shit out of them. And supposedly somehow he got a hold of a book where he was reading about this, and then he became obsessed with doing the same thing.
Yeah, let's try this out.
Yeah, basically.
I need a new hobby.
Yeah, basically one of those things. Well, yeah, because his mom had kind of fucked him up.
That's the other thing, and I do know this from watching documentaries and actually watching the interviews. Ed Gein has said multiple times in interviews his mother was a saint. It was his dad who was the abusive one.
Oh, okay. They did not play it like... They definitely did not play the movie like that, but that's interesting.
Well, psychologists...
Stockholmy kind of situation.
Well, psychologists kind of think that because of the fact his father was abusive and then his mother was the safe haven, it did kind of psychologically fuck with him, where he worshipped his mother so much, and that's kind of what drove him down as far down the route as he went, because other things influenced that, but that kind of started the push.
Yeah.
Well, and you know, I've listened to enough podcasts and documentaries about serial killers that like if both their parents are fucking shitheads, usually there's still one that they worship.
Yeah.
Like there's still one where they're like, oh no, they were great, and then it's like, but you find out that they were diddling them when they were 2, and they fucking, I mean, it's like, you know, how was that fucking okay? So the whole, I'm not done with it, and I'll finish watching it at some point, but yeah, I did find it weird because I didn't think that the Adeline lady was real, but I am finding it interesting, just the weird shit that he did, and the fact that even with all the stories, he legitimately only killed, like, for being supposedly the inspiration for Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Psycho and Buffalo Bill and Silence of the Lambs and like
Jeepers Creepers, honestly.
Yeah, and like, but he only legitimately killed like 3, maybe 4 people.
Yeah.
I think it was 3, honestly. think it was only 3.
I think it's only 3. I do know because I keep seeing it in these things I'm reading. He never killed his brother. Apparently, they showed that in the show.
They did show that in the show.
But that is proven he never killed his brother.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The fuck is wrong with TV?
I don't know.
What the fuck is actually wrong with TV? It's kind of frustrating because it's like...
My brain goes to he's already a sick, fucked up human being, and now you're making it even worse. Not that I'm like, oh, cut him some slack, cut the serial killer some slack.
That's the kind of shit.
The problem is sometimes you, you know, and Ryan Murphy's the one that's doing this series, and he's the same guy that does the American Horror Stories or whatever.
Yeah.
But I could definitely see where you're watching. Like, you've got this story that you want to do. Oh, man, I'd love to do Ed Gein. And then you start, like, sitting down and trying to write it. And you're just like, how do I make him just, like, one day be a fucked up person? And it's just like, so it's not as compelling if just one day he wakes up and he's fucked up. Like, so they create this whole conflict with his mother screaming at him all the fucking time. Everybody finds him creepy. He's a weirdo and he's an outcast, and he's got this girlfriend that breaks his heart, and he kills his brother, and all those things led up to him snapping instead of him just like one day he was just weird. Like, I mean, he was always weird, and then he just fucking started killing people. Like, he killed people or dug up bodies and took their skin. Like, TV needs an explanation.
Yeah.
They can't just make him look crazy.
Why is he cuckoo? I don't fucking know. He just is.
Yeah.
God damn. We didn't talk to him beforehand because we didn't know we needed to.
Yeah. Yeah. And the guy that plays Ed Gein, Charlie...
Sheen?
Yep. Sheen. Charlie Sheen. Is playing Lizzie Borden's dad in the Lizzie Borden Monsters that's next.
Charlie Hunnam?
Hunnam.
Did she have much of a story? Like, was she crazy beforehand?
Who is it?
Lizzie Borden.
Yeah.
She was...
Took an axe and gave her mother, 40 whacks?
Yeah. She was the one
she gave her father 41?
Yeah. She was the one that killed her mom and dad with an axe.
In their bed.
Yeah.
Stepmother.
Oh, okay.
Stepmother, yeah.
I don't think she had much of a... I think it was just... I think
the stepmother was a curmudgeon-y bitch.
Yeah,
I think that's what it was. Like, I'm probably wrong. I don't know. Maybe the dad was stupid.
I don't... I
think that's where the trouble was the mother. And then she kills her, and then her dad's right like, what are you doing? And she's like, shut the fuck up. Got him, too.
They did just release on Peacock, and I haven't watched it yet either. I might watch it after I watch Ed Gein. They did a whole TV series on John Wayne Gacy, which I thought was...
Clowns are always weird.
Clowns.
Never trust a clown.
Never trust a clown.
Yeah.
Never trust a gay clown in Chicago.
Yeah.
I'll narrow the demographic down. That's pretty narrow.
Yikes.
You know what I wish never got tore down because it would have been amazing to go into. Well, it's still on Murders. Murderers is the H.H. Holmes murder house in Chicago.
Oh,
his murder castle.
The hotel. It was a hotel, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a hotel. He just called it the murder castle.
Yeah.
But I think it was all up until like 2022. It was still open and they did tours and then they tore it down for some reason.
Probably unsafe.
I didn't know it was
expansion.
open until 2022.
I knew it was like 2020 to 2022 somewhere in there.
Other doc that I watched that was really interesting to stick on this whole murders thing because I went down this rabbit. Thank you guys for following me down this hole. Because I true crime is like I'm obsessed with true crime almost as much as watching people open packs of SpongeBob on fucking TikTok.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere.
What, the SpongeBob?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and the cards are ridiculously expensive. And I
saw a pack for sale on Facebook, $180.
Yeah, well, I can buy a hobby box for $100 on, not a hobby box, a value box. But anyway, I watched the I'm the daughter of the BTK killer. The documentary that the daughter did of the BTK killer.
Yeah.
And like
the post office tore down the castle. I was
the
looking
post
at
office did?
Yeah, it's now where the post office resides.
Oh, okay. She did so somebody else did the documentary, but it was because she asked for her story to be told. And she went back to her hometown to visit the place where her house used to be. She's like, listen, like, he's a terrible human being. I don't ever want to see him again. But he is my dad, and we did have some great times. Like, he fooled us all. But, like, she went back to the place where her house used to be, which is just an empty lot now. And the producer that's walking with her and the camera guy, and she's like, so this is where your house used to be? They tore it down? And she said they had to tear it down because people were starting to loot it, the house, and steal fixtures, and were selling them on eBay. Like, here's the faucet from the BTK killer house. Here's the fucking countertop from this BT. So they had to tear down the house because people were looting it for shit. And then while they're on the land, and she's like, I remember when my dad, like, used to swing me from this tree, and we, like, the next door neighbor came out and started screaming at them. Your family ruined my fucking life. Get the fuck out of here and never come fucking back. You know what kind of grief I've had to go through because of you and your fucking dad? And she's like, she gets in her car and she's like, the producer's like, are you okay? And she's like, yeah, I kind of expected that was going to happen. But yeah, just some lady just fucking just screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't ruin her life.
Yeah.
Unless he killed somebody,
and the producer's kind of like, I mean, she's like, yeah, I know it's crazy that people think that my dad being a serial killer ruined their life. And like, but I'm perfectly fine. Like I'm the one going through extensive therapy for the last 20 fucking years.
Yeah.
Or 30 years. Like, yeah, because it was 2005. It was 20 years ago. She's the same age as me. We were both born in 78. So yeah, she's the same age as me. So she was living in Pennsylvania, and the police came to her door. She was a teacher. The police came to her door, knocked on it. She answered it. They came in and they were like, hey, we need to let you know your dad's been arrested. He's the BTK killer. And she's like, he's the what? And they're like, yeah, he's the BTK killer. Like, she had no,
damn.
Like, she's just like, holy shit. But then it's like people are telling her, like, from her hometown that, like, your family ruined my life. Like, you're a horrible human being because
like, people
your
are
dad's
so
a serial
stupid.
killer.
People are so fucking stupid.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I want to know how that ruins someone else's life.
Yeah. And now
I just start telling all of them, it's a shame he didn't get you instead, and then walk the fuck away.
Yeah.
At that point, like, if people repeatedly told me that shit, I'm like, let's turn it around, motherfucker. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hurt your feelings.
Yeah. It was crazy. It was crazy to watch that documentary. She came out and she was like, my dad was always a good dad, but he liked his shit a certain way. He was very particular. She's like, I don't think the signs were ever there for me to catch it. I just thought he was a very possessive, aggravated father. I never, I wouldn't have thought that this would have been him. She said, but like, I see signs now and I go through psychology of things and I'm like, okay, but now she's helping police catch, like, or helping cold cases. She's also helping, like, her dad admitted to 10 murders, but there's also, like, I think there's, like, 7 or 8 more that, like, they think he could have been a part of that he's he's refusing to admit. So they're paying her to help them solve those. So now that's her job, is like she is profiling her father's behavior just from personally knowing him growing up, to try to figure out if he could be the killer of these other people that that are cold cases that they can't figure out, and they
That's
think
wild.
that maybe it's a crazy story.
And yet, I'll reiterate how Brad felt. And people say their lives are ruined.
Yeah.
She's literally neck deep in her father's bullshit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She's like, it's very hard for me to like I have to like basically they're like, where were you guys in this time frame? And she has to like relive what they were doing, what they were in, and not all those memories, I'm sure, are bad. She like has to relive the good memories to remember what her dad could have been doing. There's a lady that lived across down the street that he kidnapped, killed, and then transported in their family station wagon and dumped her body. And it's the same station wagon that he gave her on her 16th birthday. It was her car. So, like, yeah, she's like, my dad gave me the car that he transported dead bodies in.
That's
like,
fucking wild.
Yeah, it's just fucking crazy. It's just crazy.
Damn.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
she's like, you don't know how bad that fucks with you.
Yeah.
Like, knowing that. Like, he's admitting, she goes, every time he would admit to a killing and explain what he did, and I'm reading his notes, she's like, and I'm reading the note where he says, oh yeah, I stuffed Nancy's body in the back of the station wagon, and she goes, and then it hits me. Fuck, the station wagon I drove all the way through high school? Like, fuck. Like, I was driving around my dad's death car? Like, seriously?
Yeah.
She's like, are you kidding me? And so, yeah, it's just crazy shit like that, you know. And this was a woman that they all knew, like, and he was a scoutmaster for his sons, Boy Scouts. He was an active member of the church. He was the dog catcher for the city they lived in. He was like the conservation officer. So,
You guys fucked up, man.
yeah. So, like, he was a government official. They arrested him and pulled him over in his government official car. And when they're telling the story of arresting him, they were like, we came up behind him, pulled him over. We asked him to exit the vehicle. We got him down on his knees. We handcuffed him. As we're walking him away, he was going home for lunch, so they knew his routine. So they pulled him over on his way home for lunch, and the officer said the only thing he said to us as we were walking him back to the car, they were like, "Do you know why we're arresting you?" And he says, I have a feeling, and all I need you guys to do is let my wife know I'm not coming home for lunch." Like, that's all he told him.
Jesus.
Damn.
And I was just like, oh, fuck. Yeah, he was just like, just let my wife know I'm not coming home for lunch. And I was just like, oh, like, the officer that was telling that story was just like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, it was...
Damn it.
Yeah, it was, yeah. But yeah, anyway, it was... It's a good documentary, too. But
small little shit like that just blows my mind. The fact that he's like, I know, he had to know what was going down, and he's just like, yeah, tell the wife everything will be fine. Like, I'm not coming home on lunch. Like, no care, no remorse, no nothing.
Wasn't coming home again.
Yeah. Well, and the crazy part is that, like, the way he was writing them letters, like, he was writing the police letters, like toying with them, kind of like the Zodiac Killer was, except he didn't use symbols and shit.
Yeah.
He actually wrote them out letters daring them to find him or whatever. And he said he had everything that he had ever done documented on a floppy disk. And they said...
This is the dumbest fucking thing ever.
Have you heard this?
Yeah, it's how he got caught.
Yeah, they told him to go ahead and send them the floppy disk. And he said, promise me that you can't find me from the floppy disk. And they're like, we can't trace a floppy disk. And he's like, okay, so he sends them the floppy disk. And of course they can trace the floppy
They pulled
disk.
up all the metadata.
They pulled up all the metadata, found out that it was coming from a guy from the church from Dennis Rader. Like first name Dennis at this church. And he was the only Dennis in the church. So they knew exactly who it fucking was.
God damn.
So yeah, he got caught the dumbest way fucking possible. Yeah.
I'm surprised you can track a floppy disk though.
Yeah, they were like, we told him no, but of course we could. And it had something to do with the data embedded. Like when
anytime you create a document, anytime you do anything on a computer, it has stored in its metadata the roughly the computer it was made on, as in like the MBIC, kind of like your phone. It'll know what the IP address was that it was made on. It'll know the profile on the computer that the program was made on, because you can have multiple profiles, date, time, and I know images. I don't know if all files have location. They actually have GPS on them.
This one was, they just made it simple. We found the stamp that said it was created at this church. And then we found the stamp that said it was created by a username with the first name Dennis. And they were like, so we knew exactly where to go and exactly who to talk.
Easy enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cut and dry.
So, but yeah, that was how we got caught.
It's one of the dumbest things ever.
And then he denied it a little bit, and he's like, they were like, we got the floppy disk. We tracked it. We have this, this, and this. And he's like, oh, so you guys know. And they were like, yeah, but we need you to say it. And he's like, say what? And they were like, because they showed the interview, and they were like, we need you to say that you're the BTK killer. And he's like, all right, yeah, I'm the BTK killer. So, like, yeah, it was fucking wild. It was wild. It was wild. It was just wild. So, yeah. Yeah, dumbest way possible to get fucking caught, but...
That's the one thing I don't get, is there's been a handful of serial killers, like famous ones, that have done dumb shit like that to get caught. And I'm like, were you tired of doing it? Were you asking for it? Like, what the fuck was your thought process?
Right, yeah. Yeah, some of them, it almost seems like they're ready to be done. Like, they're ready to be done. Yeah. So, did you find anything on Lizzie Borden? Like, was she crazy, or she just fucking hacked up her stepmom and her dad?
I was looking a little bit at the Wikipedia, but it just gives, like, events and how it happened.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah, basically that, it just gives the timestamps of when she did what she did.
Okay.
To best knowledge.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, and I have not been looking to find anything, but I've not seen anywhere why she did what she did.
Did she only kill the two people?
That's all I've seen, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's weird. So, like, they've got this monster series that Ryan Murphy's doing. But, like, with the exception of Dahmer... What?
They have the photos of the bodies on Wikipedia, and wow.
Yeah.
Whew.
With the exception of Dahmer, like, again, I'll make the statement, like, Lyle and... What's their name? Kyle and Lyle? No. The Menendez brothers?
Oh, I don't know their fucking names.
The Menendez brothers only killed their parents. I say only lightly, but they killed their parents. So
Eric and Lyle.
2 people killed 2 people. Ed Gein, while he was a psychopath and technically a monster, only killed like 3, maybe 4. Lizzie Borden only killed the 2. Like, with the exception of Dahmer, I wouldn't classify any of them as serial killers. Psychopaths, crazy people, yeah, maybe. Monsters, I guess, sorta. But like,
by legal definition, none of them are,
except for Dahmer
and Gein, if he's killed 3 or 4 people, because the legal definition
you
for
gotta kill more than 3. Right?
it's 3 or more.
Yeah. But I guess it's not a series on serial killers. They're just saying
monsters.
Yeah. Supposedly, the Peacock show with John Wayne Gacy has done so well that they're talking about making that an anthology now too, because it's got a name. It's got a name to it, and then the John Wayne Gacy, I think. And I think that might dive more into
Devil in Disguise.
The John Wayne Gacy. So they're talking about making the Devil in Disguise an anthology, and I'm wondering if they won't steer more towards like serial killers, like the true definition of like maybe they do Ted Bundy next, or something like that.
Do all the devious, horrible people.
Yeah, like the true definition of serial killer, rather than just fucking psychopaths that happen to kill some people. Because the Menendez brothers were fucking crazy. Fun fact, one of the most expensive the most expensive basketball card out of the 1989 NBA Hoops series is Mark Jackson's basketball cards, because the Menendez brothers are sitting
courtside.
Oh, yeah,
in the back
that's right.
Of that picture. Yeah. Yeah. And that picture was taken
while they were on the run.
While after they killed their parents.
Yeah.
Yeah. They weren't technically on the run.
Yeah.
But after they killed their parents. Yeah, it was in between getting arrested and killing their parents. So, like, that's like one of the most expensive cards in that set, if not the most expensive card. So, I know that I had that card at one point, probably back in 1989.
And that were they involved with the Kardashians as well?
The Kardashians' dad,
Bruce.
no,
or was it
Robert?
Okay,
was
they have something
the
to do with
first
tennis.
lawyer that they contacted to represent them, and he refused.
Well, it's because
he talked to the boys and then refused.
Well, because I think the boys had been involved with them at some point in their earlier years.
Yeah, something where he refused, and then they brought in Shapiro, and Shapiro, they did some shit, like they were out spending money like it was fucking free, and Shapiro sat them down and said, "You cannot do this anymore. It makes you look guilty as fuck, and it makes you look like terrible human beings." And they basically told him to fuck off. So he sat the whole family down and said, "I'm not representing these two anymore, because they're writing their own check. Like, I don't know if they're guilty or not, but I don't know if they're guilty or not, but they look guilty, and I'm not gonna fight. I'm not fighting this fight. They won't listen to me."
Yeah.
So he backed out, and then they found the lady that they found to represent her, or represent them. So Nathan Lane's part in that show is pretty good. He plays a journalist in the Menendez TV show or whatever, and he does a pretty good job in that. There's parts of that show where like they do shit, and you're just like, the fuck? Like, it's like,
are you stupid?
Yeah.
You fucking dumb?
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, Dahmer, you almost like, you're watching it and you're going, there's no excuse for what he did, but his life was pretty fucked up. And then you look at these two and you're just like, these guys had it fucking made. They were just fucking stupid. And then Ed Gein just seems like he was off his rocker from the beginning. Like, he just seems like he was just crazy from the get-go. So, it'll be interesting how they portray Lizzie Borden.
Yeah, I'm still reading this Wikipedia, and it's fucking confusing.
Yeah.
Because, first off, they reference anything to do with the killing with the killer. Like, as if the Wikipedia or whoever wrote the Wikipedia doesn't believe Lizzie actually did it.
Didn't
she also
Lizzie
was
say that she didn't do it?
Yeah, she denied it. She's dead, obviously. But she was acquitted of the murders.
Oh, okay.
Because of how old all of this stuff, like when all this happened, and then also all of the details with it. Basically, Lizzie, her sister, the father, and the mother her stepmother were the only ones in the house. And the thing that I can't figure out that they're not talking about is the sister's point of view in any of this.
Because the sister wasn't killed.
No. But they have not brought, like, when talking about police interviews, the courts, like going through court, her sister is never brought up. It's just Lizzie. What is her interviews, her questions, all of that, which I get this is her Wikipedia. But if you're going to keep bringing up the sister, wouldn't you also bring up how the sister either helped
like the sister's opinion on what happened? Didn't the sister, like, didn't they think at one point that she did it because she was protecting the sister? I don't know. I can't remember the whole Lizzie Borden story.
I know from reading
the house is still. You can tour the house. I think it's in Wisconsin.
Massachusetts. Fall River, Massachusetts.
Okay, I think you can. Visit the house. Might even be a bed and breakfast you can sleep in.
Right.
Jesus.
Stranger fucking shit's happening.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, it is weird. At least how the Wikipedia is wrote out, just reading it.
The other part of the Menendez brothers' whole entire thing that I found interesting was right in the middle of their trial was when the O.J. Simpson thing went down.
Yeah.
And they were actually in the same jail as O.J. Simpson because they were both in L.A. or whatever.
What a fucked up circle.
Right in the middle of their first trial was the O.J. Simpson thing. And O.J. had hired Robert Shapiro, and one of the brothers told him to fire him because he was useless to them. But he ended up not, which was a good thing because Shapiro and Cochran came up with that whole, if the glove don't fit, you can't acquit.
The Chewbacca defense.
And then...
that was from a South Park episode.
Apparently the Menendez brothers claim that OJ's acquittal affected their trial.
Yeah. Well, and they show it in the show.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they claim in the show that because they lost, the city and the county lost the OJ trial, they needed to make examples out of the Menendez brothers. Because they had them dead to rights. I mean, they admitted killing their parents. They just claimed that they did it because of sexual abuse, which nobody could corroborate or, anything.
Yeah, it's kind of hard when you kill the fucking assailant.
Yeah.
Supposed assailant.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to...
That'd be the person to ask.
Right.
Yeah, unless they videotaped it, which I guess they didn't, so there you go.
They did not. Well, and they asked the brothers, they were like, you've been going to therapy for like 8 years and you didn't say anything to your therapist about, you told him all about your dad being an asshole and your dad being mean to you, but you didn't bother to tell him that your dad was touching you. And then that was and they were like, we were scared. And they were like, but you weren't scared to... It was funny because then they pulled up, like, they said that they were scared of their father, and then the defense would bring up witnesses that were like, have you seen the Menendez boys communicate with their father? Oh yeah, they came into the dealership to buy a car. So Mr. Menendez bought a car for Eric. Yeah. How did Eric treat his dad once he bought that car? Eric's exact words were, thanks for buying me this $100,000 piece of shit, you fucking jackass. I hate you. I guess I'll drive around in this car, even though it looks like a toy car. You should have bought me a Mercedes, but I guess I'll drive this, you fucking piece of shit. And, that was, his reaction to his dad. I'm going to be embarrassed driving this to school because it's it looks like a wind-up car. You should have bought me a convertible Mercedes instead of whatever the fuck this is. And he was like, so he didn't seem scared of his dad. And he was like, no, his dad seemed scared of him.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh shit, okay. And then they just pulled up more and more witnesses. Hey, have you ever spent time with Eric and his father? Yes. How was their relationship? Eric bullied his father. It was just time after time after witness after witness.
This is the one thing I never looked into the Menendez brothers ever, so I don't really hold an opinion. But every time I hear anything about the whole situation, I don't get why the internet a handful of years ago were up in arms about getting them out of prison or whatever.
Oh yeah,
everyone online was like, "Oh my God, they're innocent. And they were victims and blah blah blah." But then we have, call it 2 dozen people that are like, oh no, he was a piece of shit to his father, but yet the internet can't see that, and they're like, no, they're wonderful people that were just surviving.
And the show, to the show's credit, and God only knows how accurate it was, because again, it's TV.
Yeah.
To the show's credit, they portrayed the mom and dad like fucking assholes, and they portrayed the kids like fucking assholes. They portrayed the parents treating the kids like assholes and the kids treating the parents like assholes. It was just kind of one of those things where it was like everybody was a fucking prick to everybody. It really wasn't telling one side was better than the other.
Yeah.
So I thought it was well done. I just don't know how accurate it was.
Right. I don't think we'll ever know how accurate it is.
Right. Because to Brad's point, the other 2 people involved in the situation are dead.
Yep. Yeah.
Unlike Dahmer's story, where he did countless numbers of interviews where he explained everything that he did to every human being that he ever did it to, and his dad wrote a fucking novel about the whole entire thing.
I don't know if you've seen I've watched every fucking interview with Dahmer, and he's even done some with his father. Yeah. And they are they're cool, but weird as fuck to watch. Because you can see that he has no remorse or no care for anything he fucking did.
Yeah, Dahmer and Evan Peters did a very good job of just portraying just dead.
Yeah.
It was just but he had a traumatic brain injury when he was little.
Dahmer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So his father always knew he was a little off. He just didn't think he was that bad. And he's like, I don't know what makes me this way. I just don't have any feelings towards one way or the other. I try to stop. I know that he said that several times in interviews.
Yeah.
I wanted to stop. I didn't want to do it. I just needed to. It was just oh, fuck. All right.
And I do know his dad,
crazy as shit,
even in those interviews, still seems to blame himself for it. Because I don't know how much you remember from the show when he would have his, let Dahmer do taxidermy and, let him fuck with dead animals. He's like, I feel like I allowed him to just keep falling deeper and deeper in. When I thought, I'm letting my kid do what he wants to do. He's found an interest in something. Turns out that interest was killing people.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he thought that, he's interested in taxidermy and biology, when really he was just, at some point he upgraded from animals to humans.
Yeah.
He really legitimately, I think part of him thought that he was doing science experiments on humans.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
He was trying to make zombies. Yeah. That's open.
Yeah, yeah. This is just fucking crazy. It's just fucking crazy. So, yeah. Where are we at?
Have we 9 seconds from an hour?
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, have we beat the dead horse serial killers off yet? So, yeah. Who knew that John Candy would lead into serial killers?
Yeah, the Candyman. I don't know.
The Candyman. Did John Candy ever play a serial killer?
No.
John Candy never played a bad guy.
No, but
Speaking of that,
them fucking pancakes he made could kill a man.
from Uncle Buck.
Yeah, I've been thinking about pancakes most of this podcast.
Have you?
Yeah.
Since I brought up Uncle Buck.
Yep, yeah. It's the first thing I think of, him flipping them things with a
flipping the giant
fucking
pancake.
shovel.
Yeah, they played that scene where he's like, "Who are you? I'm your uncle." Yeah, that scene where he's just like,
he's like questions.
Yeah, like 100 questions and like 30 seconds. What's your record for consecutive questions in a row? 38. Like, are you married? No. Why? Just didn't work out. Do you have a girlfriend? No. Yeah, that classic scene with that. And then the whole fucking pulling up and the car backfiring and outside the school.
Everybody always drops.
And then when he tells the principal that he's going to bring in a rat to gnaw the mole off of her face.
He was ruthless.
He was.
But boy, did he give a fuck about kids.
He did.
That was like, I think he just would. He didn't give a fuck what he did or said as long as he was protecting the kids.
As long as he was protecting the kids, yeah.
With a big old fucking cigar hanging out his mouth. The longest fucking cigar you ever seen.
The character that he played in National Lampoon's was a character that he had created on SCTV, and Harold Ramis that did Vacation and was in Ghostbusters. He was on SCTV, and he called John Candy and was like, I guess, so they showed Vacation to test audiences, and they hated the end of the movie. So he was like, I knew I had to rewrite the movie. So I rewrote it with this security guard that was going to be this bumbling idiot and just like this guy that could get pushed around. And the first thing I thought of was the character that John Candy played on SCTV. So I called him and I was like, hey, can you come in and do this real quick? So he legitimately came in and reshot the whole ending of the movie with John Candy, and audiences loved it. And I was just like, that's great. That's just great. So, yeah. So, anyway, anything else you guys want to talk about? Levi stood in the rain last night and watched Pierce the Veil.
It was wonderful. It was not. I fucking hate standing in the rain.
Is tonight's concert inside?
I hope so. I know nothing about it.
Okay. All right. It is Levi's birthday today.
It is.
Tomorrow when this comes out.
He's legal.
I've been legal.
He's 26 now, so he can't be on my insurance.
Oh, shit.
I have till November 1st to go to HR.
They might even give you some leeway because our open enrollment is literally next week.
Yeah.
So, yeah. They may just let you hang on until whenever that new enrollment takes place. But, yeah. So when you're listening to this tomorrow, make sure you comment, happy birthday, Levi. It's his birthday. We are up to 67 subscribers.
Yes, we are.
Come on, 2 more.
Yeah.
2 more.
2 more. So, yeah, if everybody's good, I won't make you guys talk about, because I know nobody wants to talk about Universes Beyond. So, maybe
we need a break. Wait till Avatar comes out. I'm still in Spidey mode.
So, yeah, that's all I got. Don't forget to watch our YouTube. Keep watching it. If you're listening to us on a streaming platform, please go to YouTube. You don't have to watch it on there, but subscribe. We love the views and we love the subscriptions, so it helps us out a lot. If you're listening to us on a streaming platform, make sure you're hitting 5 stars or 3 stars or whatever the star platform is.
Even if we're shit.
Yeah, and like the show and subscribe and share it and tell your friends about it and watch our TikToks. I'm ripping packs now and opening slap bands, which I have some slap bands for you and Alex.
Nice.
So I'm trying to do fun stuff on the TikTok to keep it interesting. Facebook, Instagram. I don't do a lot on Instagram, but I do quite a bit on Facebook. So, yeah, just keep us going. We're enjoying doing it, and even though we didn't think we had anything to talk about today, we talked about John Candy and serial killers for an hour. So we can still pull it out of our ass. It's pretty impressive.
We always can.
So, yeah. So until next week, I'm Nick.
I'm Brad.
No, I'm Levi.
And this has been Pints and Pages.